If you watch the video on what COVID did to the vagus nerve, you already understand the problem. You know why your energy did not come back the way it should have. You know why the brain fog, the shallow sleep, the racing heart, the digestion that stopped working the way it used to. All of it points to the same damaged nerve, and you know it is not in your head. Today, we are not going back over the problem. Today, we fix it. This is the complete step-by-step repair session, and you are going to follow along with me right now. Everything in this video is calibrated for people dealing specifically with post-COVID vagal damage. The breathing ratios, the humming technique, the scan, the silence, and the additional tool I will cover before the end. This is not a general wellness video. This is a specific protocol for the specific injury. And before we begin, there is one thing I want you to understand about how this repair works. The vagus nerve responds to specific input, not general relaxation, not wishful thinking. Specific, repeatable, physiological input that the nerve recognizes and responds to at the cellular level. When COVID inflamed this nerve, it disrupted its ability to fire properly. What we are going to do in this session is give it exactly the signal it needs to begin firing again. Session by session, that signal becomes stronger. The nerve adapts, the inflammation decreases, and the systems it controls begin to normalize. This session has 4 phases. Each one builds on the last. Do not skip ahead. The sequence matters. Set yourself up now. Sit upright with your back supported, both feet flat on the floor. If sitting is uncomfortable, lie on your back with a pillow beneath your knees. Place one hand flat on your sternum and one hand on your belly. Loosen your jaw. Let your teeth separate slightly. Take one natural breath and let it go completely. You are ready. Phase 1 is diaphragm activation. The diaphragm sits directly against the vagus nerve trunk. When it contracts fully, it physically stimulates the nerve through mechanical pressure. This is not metaphorical. This is anatomy. Chest breathing does not create this contact. Only a full belly breath does. So, your first task is to confirm that you are breathing correctly before we add anything else. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Your belly hand should rise first. Your chest hand should move very little. Fill from the bottom up. Let the belly push outward. Then let the breath rise gently into the chest. And I now breathe out through your nose slowly. Your belly should fall back toward your spine. Feel the hand on your belly sink. At the very bottom of the exhale, pause. Do not rush. Let the natural pause happen. That moment at the bottom, that brief stillness before the next inhale begins, is where the deepest vagal activation occurs. Do not skip it. Let your body initiate the next inhale on its own. Do 3 complete cycles like this on your own. Inhale from the belly. Exhale completely. Pause at the bottom. Let the next breath come when it is ready. Your only job is to stay out of the way. Here is how to know if you are doing it correctly. When you inhale, the hand on your belly should move before the hand on your chest. If your chest rises first, you are chest breathing, and chest breathing activates the sympathetic branch, not the parasympathetic one. To correct it, exhale completely and let your shoulders drop fully. Then place a small amount of pressure with your belly hand and breathe into that resistance. Push gently against your own hand on the inhale. That tactile contact helps the diaphragm engage before the upper chest takes over. Once the belly hand moves first consistently, you have it. Now add the count. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. 4 in through the nose, belly rising. 8 out through the nose, belly falling. Full pause at the bottom. If 8 feels too long at first, reduce to 6. The ratio of 2 to 1, exhale twice as long as the inhale, is what produces respiratory sinus arrhythmia. That is the mechanism that directly activates the vagus nerve with each breath cycle. Do 10 complete cycles at whatever ratio feels sustainable. Now breathe with me now. If you have been following along, you are approximately 3 to 4 minutes into the session. Notice what has shifted. Your hands may feel warmer. Your shoulders may have dropped. There may be a softening somewhere in your chest that was not there before. That is not relaxation in the vague sense. That is vasodilation caused by parasympathetic activation. Your blood vessels are opening. Your heart rate has dropped. The vagus nerve is responding. Before I continue, there is something I want to share with you. There is a protocol called the Vagus Nerve Music Reset Protocol. I went through every step in it myself, and it fundamentally changed the way my nervous system recovers from stress and inflammation. It is a complete system for rebuilding vagal tone, and it covers dimensions that go well beyond what I can demonstrate in a single session. Breathing techniques built for different physiological states. Vocal methods that stimulate the vagus nerve through direct vibration. Cold exposure sequences that trigger the dive reflex. Practical tools that produce measurable shifts in your body within the first few uses. The body responds quickly when you give it the right input. And most people who follow the steps consistently begin to notice changes within the first few weeks. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. Every day you wait is another day the inflammation pattern stays in place. Start today. All right. Phase 2 is humming. This is where COVID repair goes deeper than most people realize, and it is the part that almost no free video covers in the detail it deserves. The recurrent laryngeal nerve is a branch of the vagus nerve that passes directly through the larynx. When you produce a sustained hum, the vibration travels through the tissues of your throat and stimulates this nerve directly. You are not just relaxing. You are creating measurable changes in heart rate variability, nitric oxide production, and the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway. The off switch for inflammation that COVID disrupted is being manually reactivated through your own voice. Here is the exact pitch and technique. Close your lips gently. Let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth. Now produce the lowest comfortable hum you can. A rounded, continuous sound from behind the back of your throat, not from your lips. You actually should feel the vibration primarily in your sternum and the base of your throat. If you feel it only in your nose, lower the pitch. If you feel nothing in your chest, deepen and slow the sound further. The correct pitch feels like a slow, warm vibration in your chest rather than a nasal buzz. Now combine it with your breathing. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. On your exhale, produce that low chest hum, steady and sustained for 6 to 8 counts. Let the hum fade naturally as the exhale ends. Pause at the bottom. Inhale again. Hum on the next exhale. Do this for 8 complete cycles. Stay with the sound. Do not judge the quality. The nerve does not care how it sounds to anyone else, it only cares about the vibration. If you want to deepen the effect, add to the sternum placement now. Move the hand that was resting on your belly and press it flat against your sternum while you hum. Apply gentle, steady pressure. Not pushing hard, just solid contact. The physical weight of your hand on your chest helps you feel the vibration more precisely and anchors your awareness in the body rather than the mind. Many people find this single adjustment makes the resonance noticeably stronger, and shortens the time it takes to feel the shift. Keep the hand there for the remaining cycles. Some of you will notice something unexpected during this phase: a tightening in the throat, an emotion rising without an obvious source, a sudden heaviness behind the eyes. This is the nervous system releasing stored activation that has been held since the acute infection. COVID locked your nervous system into a threat state. When you begin to provide consistent safety signals through breath and sound, the system does not always release that stored tension quietly. Let whatever arises move through without analyzing it. Keep breathing. Keep humming. The release is the repair. Phase 3 is the deep scan. Continue the humming breath from Phase 2, but now move your awareness slowly through your body. Begin at the crown of your skull. Notice any tightness, pressure, or holding there. Do not try to change it. Just observe and continue humming. Move down through your forehead, your temples, your jaw. If your jaw is clenched, let the teeth separate slightly. Continue down through your throat. This is where the vagus nerve branches closest to the surface. The hum you are producing is vibrating directly against it right now. Feel for any sensation there: warmth, a buzzing, a subtle pulsing. Let the awareness move into your chest. As you hum, picture the vibration spreading outward from your sternum like slow rings on a still surface. Let it travel down through your heart, your lungs, your diaphragm, your stomach, your gut. The vagus nerve runs through every one of these regions. You are not imagining the connection. You are tracing the actual anatomy of the nerve. You are sending a signal down the entire length of it. Take 2 to 3 minutes in this phase. 1 full body scan per breath cycle. Phase 4 is silence. After Phase 3, stop humming. Stop controlling your breath entirely. Let your body breathe however it wants. Keep your eyes closed. Do not move. Stay still for 2 full minutes. This is the phase that most people skip, and it is the phase where the change consolidates. When you stop the active practice and enter silence, your nervous system shifts from active parasympathetic stimulation into passive baseline resetting. It is similar to allowing a new pattern to set. The work does not finish when the humming stops. It finishes in the stillness after. When the 2 minutes feel complete, take 1 slow breath in. Open your eyes softly and return to the room at your own pace. For days, when your nervous system feels especially reactive and the breathing is hard to sustain, there is one additional tool. Cold water applied to your forehead and the area around your eyes for 20 to 30 seconds triggers the mammalian dive reflex, which fires the vagus nerve immediately and drops your heart rate within seconds. It is a hardwired brainstem reflex, and it activates on contact. And hold a cold, wet cloth against your face or turn the shower to cold for the final 30 seconds. Use it before your session on high activation days. Here is the exact sequence for your daily practice. Phase 1. 10 breath cycles at 4 to 8 ratio. Belly breathing only through the nose. Phase 2. 8 humming exhale cycles with the low chest pitch. Phase 3. 2 to 3 minutes of body scan while continuing the humming breath. Phase 4. 2 minutes of complete silence and natural breathing. Total time, approximately 13 to 15 minutes. Practice this once daily. The most powerful times are first thing in the morning before any screen contact and 30 minutes before sleep. If you can add a third session in the afternoon, even 3 minutes of 4 to 8 breathing is enough to interrupt the sympathetic accumulation that builds through the day. In the first week, Watch for changes in sleep quality before anything else. The time it takes to fall asleep will shorten. The number of nighttime awakenings will decrease. This happens because the vagus nerve directly governs the transition from wakefulness to sleep. As the nerve recovers function, that transition becomes cleaner. By week 2, the background hypervigilance softens. The sense of being constantly on edge begins to ease. By the end of the first month, the gap between a stress trigger and your body's recovery from it will measurably widen. This is vagal tone increasing. The nerve is getting stronger. The inflammation is decreasing. The cycle COVID set in motion is being reversed. Needs 2 symptoms that respond more slowly and deserve their own mention are brain fog and digestion. Brain fog improves as neuroinflammation decreases, which happens as the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway reactivates through consistent vagal stimulation. It does not lift all at once. It thins gradually. Most people describe thoughts becoming slightly less effortful around week 3 and noticeably clearer by week 6. Digestion follows a similar curve. As vagal tone rebuilds, you may notice gurgling during or after the breathing session. That is a direct sign of the nerve re-engaging with the gut. It is progress, not problem. You are watching this as a member, which means you already have access to something most people on this channel never see. As a member, you get exclusive sessions like this one, way deeper and more specific than anything published on the public channel. You get early access to new videos before they go out to everyone else, and you get the community polls and questions where I go directly into what members are experiencing week by week and build the next sessions around those real answers. If your membership is still active, keep it that way. These sessions are built specifically for people who are doing the work, and the deeper we go together, the more targeted and effective the content becomes. Head to the Community tab, answer the question I posted there this week, and tell me what you noticed during this session. Your response directly shapes what we cover next. If you want to go deeper into the physiological mechanisms behind every step in this session, the complete system is in the vagus nerve reset protocol. So, the link is in the description and pinned in the comments. This is Parasympathetic. See you in the next one.